worship you. We speak well of you in this moment. You're an amazing God. The name Come on, say that again. Say, you came. You came from, tell them, to show the way from the earth to the cross. You took it from me, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name. Father, we lift you. Oh, come on, Zach, I need you right here. Father, we lift you. Come on. I need a corporate worship right here. I don't care if you're on the cameras, if you're ushering, I don't care what your role is. I need you to open up your mouth and release a sound in this place.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. Please, if you are joining us, please just try to thumb up on the video and drop comment for us to know you were there.
Father, we lift you up. We lift you up. We lift up your name. You said if I be lifted up, that I would draw as we magnify you. Draw as we lift you. Draw as we exalt your name. Hallelujah.
Help us to thumb up the video, like the video, drop your comments. We'll be starting in just a minute. Today we are going to take some revision questions, and I will tell us the direction we're going to take today. We're going to take some tests from this place today from me. So try to get this book closer. And if you have yours around you, just try to thumb up and let me see. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Okay, we're good to start. Good to start now. Good evening, everyone. I come your way live today again. Every Friday, we do have our revision class on YouTube, which we don't know. We're supposed to start 7 o'clock today, but I realized that last week, most students did not prepare for the test, which they are to ask, the question they are to ask. So that was why today I came 30 minutes late for everybody to collate what the person needs to ask, because the major reason why we create this YouTube page is to be able to have an interaction with students and I on this platform. So today we're going to run test. I'm going to treat test 6 out of our book. Test 6 out of this book, the driving theory test. The driving theory test. So test 6, open to text 6. Today I just pick out of the test. You know, some days like this I can just pick any test and I will need to run them and explain. I'm not going to use this opportunity to just say A, B, or C. What I'm going to do is to explain why the answer is like that and relate it to the theory and to the manual, to our book. I will relate it to our book. So that's the purpose of us having this class. So if you're joining us for the first time or you're watching us from the Facebook link, please try to subscribe on our YouTube channel, drop comments anytime, any day. And in the process of this class, you can also call direct on 620-586-038, or you drop your question or your comment on the live chat box so that I can have it and explain, because the purpose of you coming here is for us to have a clear interaction and for me to be able to answer your questions. So what we're going to treat are the likely questions in exam and why the answer is like this and this and that. So if you're with us, try to just like our video. Just don't join us, don't watch us. And if you watch this video after we finish the live, you can drop comment also, or you call us on the same number. And if you are interested to join us newly, we'll be starting a new lecture from Monday. A new lecture from Monday, a new program from the beginning again, because we just finished last week. So this week we use it to like run and do some revision. But next week Monday we are starting newly. So if you have anybody, if you're watching this video and you have anybody who is interested to get his driver's license, Spanish driver's license, tell the person to call us on 620-586-038, and we are available always to prepare you to pass your exam, and we make it more easier for you at your convenient time. And our contract is until you pass, not 3 months, not 6 months, until you pass. Because the more you stay with us, the more you get acquainted to those questions, the more you understand the rudiments. It's not just for you to go and pass, it's for you to understand the pattern of driving and the principle that entails the safety. So that is the reason why we are here. So in the course of the class, I want you to have your question posted, or you call on 620-586. The number is open for every caller to call in. And if you're watching us on Facebook also, you can also call in, and we're here to answer your question. So we link it to Facebook. You can also share it with friends, or invite friends through this YouTube for them to watch and ask questions, because there are a lot of people on the street that join different driving school and they have problem in understanding some question, and they have to just take it like that. So here, this forum is to help at least, is major for my students, but at least to help the masses also. So today I said, before we start receiving questions from everyone, get this your book, Test Theory, Driving Theory Test, test number 6. If you are there, if you have it with you, the test number 6, if you have the test number 6, just try to thumb up on the live chat, or say yes, so that if I have 3 people confirm, I'm good to go. So I welcome Sister Stella B, Yemi Abubakar, Angel Teller, Vivian Soke, and Foley Wumi. I welcome you on board. Please, if you've gotten this book closer to, that was why I asked us to prepare all the material ready, because today I'm going to touch all the 3 materials anyhow. So just prepare them ready. So if you have that book, text 6, let me see you. Let me see you say yes on the live chat. When we have 3 people, we are good to go. Let me see yes. Let me see yes on the live chat. On the live chat. If you have this driving theory test with you, this is the one of the material which we give out to our students. So if you're watching us and you are not our student, you might not have the material. This is one of the material we use online, and when you register with us online, we get the material across to you. Even though if you're living outside Spain, we have students outside Spain, and if you're living outside Spain, we get material across to you, and you can always join us on our own avenue where we teach. And every Friday we come here on YouTube. So yes, I have one. Yes, can I have another person? Yes. Can I have another person that we can go on? We have, please. I think someone needs to share for me on the class page. Please help me share on the class page so that some of our students that are. Yes, I have the second witness. Yes, one more. Yes, so that I can go on. One more yes. 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 We have one more yes. One more yes. One more yes to go. One more yes to go. One more yes to go. Sorry, I'm trying to check the class page whether It's been posted for me already. Yeah. Oh, good, 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 good. I have it on. So we are live. Good. So, I need to start now. The test six of this is, I want you to respond if you are not clear, and if you have any question on any of this test. Let's try to understand it. Somebody should help me to type driving theory test 6. Driving theory test 6. Just try to type it on the live chat so that I won't get distracted, so that in case someone join us, the person will be able to know where we are reading from. Now, let's go. Number one of that test says, should the dark vehicle yield way at the disconnect, please wait while you trying to reconnect. Good. So he said, should the dark vehicle yield way at the next intersection? What that question is talking about is, if you look at that, I hope you're hearing me. Hope you are hearing me. Hope you are hearing me. You're hearing me. If you're hearing me, let's just someone say yes. Yes from someone. If you're hearing me, I think I'm not disconnected. Are we hearing? Are we there? That just hello. Is someone online? Yeah, good. You hear me? Good. So number one say, should the dark vehicle yield way at the next intersection? The reason why the answer is no. That dark vehicle is on the major road, and the sign on that road says triangle red, that gives you priority. You are driving behind the dark vehicle, and they are asking that, must the dark vehicle give yield way? Yield way to who? The person who is coming at the next junction. So on this place, the dark vehicle has priority at the next junction. This is the question we are talking about. This question. So with that sign, the dark vehicle has priority in that junction over anyone coming from the right or from the left. Number two, is a motorcycle and automobile? Is motorcycle and automobile? Motorcycle is an automobile. Motorcycle is an automobile. Automobile of two wheel. Automobile of two wheel. Number three, can you park in this area? Can you park in this area? Can you park in this area? The area where they are talking about is a roadway with yellow marking on the side of the road. Yellow marking on the side of the road. So they said, can you park? You cannot park. That area, you cannot park. You cannot park because parking is prohibited. On a broken yellow line, parking is prohibited, but stopping is permitted. Are you getting it? In case an exam, you see a question that says, can you stop on a broken yellow on the edge of the road? Yes. But can you park on that place? No. But if it's solid line, you cannot park, you cannot stop. So a solid yellow line means you cannot park, you cannot stop your vehicle. But when it's broken, you cannot park, but you can stop. So number four, if you're watching us live, number four is, when the air condition system is turned on, fuel consumption dash dash dash. Fuel consumption, anytime you put on the air condition, they say, what happened to the fuel consumption? That is what they are trying to ask here. The fuel consumption will increase. Why? Because there's a power on the engine of the vehicle when you are using the air condition, because the air condition drive the engine more and uses more fuel in order to operate. So the engine is using more power, is giving more power, so it's using more fuel. So fuel consumption will always increase. Number five, hypnotic drugs dash dash dash. These are drugs. Just try to get this picture that anytime you ask of drug, all drugs are not helping drivers. They are not making you to save when you're driving. So what you need to understand in this area is that they will always, when you have this kind of drug on as a driver, they will increase your reaction time. What is the reaction time? A lot of students do have problem about this. That is why I come up with this question. Look, every drug will increase your increase in your reaction time. Now, what are we talking about? Increasing your reaction time means that the time that takes you to react to an obstacle. So when you're under the influence of drug, it means that you waste time. When you waste time, it causes increase in your time. Number six says, can mope drive along the shoulder in column of two at a time? Can mope drive on arch shoulder? That's what they're trying to. Yes, a mope and bicycle, they are permitted to drive on the arch shoulder. Yes, as an exceptional, when the hard shoulder is drivable and sufficient, which means if the hard shoulder is not drivable, it's not a big one, it's not enough, they can't use it. So they are permitted, mope and bicycle are permitted to use the hard shoulder when it's drivable and sufficient for use. Number 7, on a highway, is it permitted to use the area in the central reservation to make a U-turn? To make a U-turn, no. You don't use the central reservation area to make a U-turn. It is prohibited. It's not meant to be used. The only time you can use it is when there's no arch shoulder and you have an immobilization, which is due to an emergency. So you can push your car in there and wait for the towing truck to pick you up. Number 8, alcohol is absorbed faster if number 8 in this place. Number 8 says you have an empty stomach. Alcohol is absorbed faster if you have an empty stomach. You have consumed mixed with it. The better answer in this place will be hey, when you have an empty stomach. Number 9. When should you turn off your light signal to indicate a lane change? You're changing lane. They said, when must you turn off your light signal? When must you turn off your light signal? Your light, once the vehicle has adapted to the new path, immediately you change lane, you get to the new place, the new lane, you have to change your signal because you don't continue using the signal. Number 10, are signal made with arm to one of maneuver always valid? Always valid? Yes, they are always valid, but it has a condition. You know, we have two ways of it. So, but in this case, they are asking you that if the sign that are made by arms to one of maneuver always valid is no, because the law says light is more important, that it is obligatory for you to have your light on. So it's no, because there must be visible to other users and carry out correctly. Because if you're using arm at night, no, you might not, the other vehicle might not see, the other user might not see. So it is important for you to have the light on as an obligation law. So the arm is not valid at any given time unless the light is not working. Number 11 says, are all illness equally dangerous for driving? All illness? No. All sickness are not the same. All sickness are not. No. Some neurological disorder and mental illness are more dangerous because those ones you can drive. But someone who is just having a slight headache, or somebody who is just having a kind of malaria that is not acute, can still go on driving. Number 12 says, what is the maximum speed for a car driving on a dual carriageway? Is 120. The maximum speed for a car driving on a dual carriageway is 120. Number 13, An automobile with 4 or more wheels designed to transport goods, which cabin is integrated into the rest of the bodywork and have the maximum seats of 9, including the driver, is defined as van because the body is integrated into the head, is van. When the body is not integrated, is lorry. Number 14, which road users must obey these traffic lights? Which road users must obey this traffic light? The light is bicycle. That is bicycle and mope must obey it when it comes to traffic light. Bicycle and mope must obey it. But when it comes to road marking, when they mark it on the road, it is meant for bicycle and pedestrian. But when it comes to lights, bicycle and mope must obey it. Number 15. Number 15 says, when do bicycle drivers have the right of way with respect to motor vehicle? The answer will be when traveling on as a group, when the first cyclist has already begun crossing or has entered the roundabout. So whenever they've entered the junction, they have right of way. One of them has entered, you must give right of way to them. That's it. Number 16 is what is permitted on the hard shoulder of a carriageway, stopping a vehicle due to an emergency or breakdown. That is what is permitted there. You can't just park, you can't stop. So because they are carriageway, it means that they are talking about highway. Number 17, can a motorcycle travel with fog light installed? Can a motorcycle travel with fog light installed? Yes, optional, both at the front and the rear. Most of the new motorcycle now, they have fog light to be used on every meteorological or environmental condition that hamper visibility. So they can have it on. Number 18, what happens if brake is wet? What happens, like today, rain is falling. So what happens if your brake is wet? What you need to do is they will stop braking temporarily and you lose the effectiveness because the brake pad is wet. So when it's wet, the effectiveness will not be like that again. So number 19, when approaching a drawing bridge, what should you do? You are approaching a drawing bridge, what should you do? Decrease your speed and drive with care. Drive more carefully because you are approaching a moving bridge. So, but when it's moving, you don't cross. You have to wait until when it's totally open. Number 20, is this agricultural tractor of 2,500 kg maximum authorized miles driving correctly? They are talking about 2,500 kg driving correctly on arch shoulder. Driving correctly on arch shoulder is yes, because if the arch shoulder is transistable, since that agricultural vehicle is not up to 3,500, it can use the arch shoulder. But when it's more than 3,500, it cannot use the arch shoulder. So in exam, if a question comes up and says agricultural vehicle that is more than 3,500, can they use the arch shoulder? No. 20. Number 21. 21 say, when approaching children or elderly one, what must you do? We must take precaution, avoid putting them in danger. That is it. You have to be very careful because the children and the elderly ones which are above 65 years old. Now, number 22 says, if a vehicle is equipped with the latest technology, can you have an accident? Yes. Love this latest cars now. You can have an accident. Why? Because when proper care is not taken, because if you don't understand how to operate those controls, you have accident. You can invite accident, or when you carry the way with those functions which they have on them. Number 23 says, this sign indicate the end of a section that has been controlled by the previous sign for a maximum speed. Look at it. A circular white with 60 inside it. Crossed means is ending a maximum speed. Maximum speed. Now, if it were to be a minimum speed, to a blue crossed. Now, number 24. Number 24 says, under the effect of depression, under the effect of depression, what happened? All the information of the surroundings are lost. You're depressed. All the information of the surroundings where you're driving, you lost them. Number 25. If a police officer signal from your car for vehicle driving ahead to stop, what should you do? Number 25. What should you do? This question here is telling you that when you notice a police officer signaling with their light or harm or anything, so what you do, you have to stop while taking proper precaution and remain inside the vehicle. Number 26 of this question. Number 26 says, can a child holding system be placed in the front seat of a car? A child holding the seat system, that is we call it baby seats. We call it baby seat. Can it be placed? Yes. If it cannot be placed backward, back seat, because back seat at the center is the best place. But if it cannot be placed back seat, you bring it to the front seat and you try to deactivate the airbag on that co-pilot side. Number 27. What is one of the primary cause of accidents? What is the primary causes of an accident? In this place is the human factor. We have three fundamental factors. We have the human factor, the vehicle factor, and the road factor. But the human is the primary cause of every accident. In exam, number 28 says, to transport a load in your vehicle, what should you keep in mind? What should you keep in mind when you're transporting a load? The load should not be dragged, should not shift dangerously. So that load should be kept in a place where it shouldn't move, it shouldn't obstruct your view, should be placed rightly. Number 29 of this question says, to properly use the seat belt, it should be placed tightly to avoid submarine. The belt should be placed tightly to avoid submarine, because if the belt is loose, you will submarine. Submarine effect is you going under the seat belt when the seat belt is not holding you rightly. Number 30, if due to a faulty light, you are driving with the deep beam light, you are required to reduce your speed and you drive at a speed that will allow you to stop the vehicle within the well-lit area. So that is the 30 questions which we run today. So now the room is meant for anyone with questions. So if you have your question, you can ask now. We have treated the 30 question for today, and we're waiting for everyone who has question on board. You can call in on 620-586-038, or you type your question on board. You type your question on board. Or you call in on 620. My number is posted again, 620-586-038. 620-586-038. So we will be waiting for anyone we'll be waiting for you to send us your question. Send us your question if you have. If you have, send us your question. If you have, send us your question. If you have any question from the manual, from any material we'll be using, if you're online, if you have any question today from all the material we've used or the test so far, remember I said we are starting newly from Monday. So if you're with us, tell friends, tell family, tell your church member that the class is starting newly fresh from Monday also, because we just finished last week, and this week we use it to do revision for preparation for exam. So if you have anybody, you can tell them to call us. We have a better way of payment, which is not stressful for people, and will get the material across to you wherever you're living, even though if you're living outside Spain. So if you're joining us, you can like the video also on thumbing up. Just thumb up for us. There's a thumb up here under this button. Just try to click a thumb up. Just like the video for us. Help us to share with friends. And if you're watching us not on live, you can drop your question also. We come back with answer or we get across to you. But you can also call tonight on 620-586. Remember that I always encourage most of our English-speaking people here in Spain that they do the exam in English, and it is possible. A lot of people have been passing. Don't encourage anybody to tell you to pay them to go and do it. When you pay and you're caught, you lose your residence. So it is not advisable for us to make. Don't allow people to tell you to join their caucus, because a lot of people have lost their residence due to exam malpractices. So it is encouraged for you to just give yourself time, make study within 1 month, 6 weeks. You can prepare yourself. Even 3 weeks, you can prepare yourself if you know what you're doing. We'll get the material that tallies to the exam. And again, if you don't want to be a student, you just want to have our materials, it's cheaper. We can get it for you. We post it to you, and things is done rightly. So we are waiting for question from anybody, question from anyone. If you don't have question in the next 5 minutes, it means that the students are okay and we have to close for the day. So question from anyone, question from anyone, question. Question from any student, question. 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 Question from the class. Question from the class. Question from the class. Question, Bramonde, you're welcome. Any question from the class? If we don't have question in 5 minutes, we have to close. It means that the revision, remember I said we are starting newly on Monday from the beginning again. So if you have friends, you have family, you have your church member, you have your loved ones, tell them we are starting newly. If they feel like joining us, they want to join us from the beginning, they can join us again. You can just tell them whatever you have, we post our material down to you. Any state you are, I will prepare you to do your exam easy, at an easy way. You can now, there's no excuse of saying I'm working, I don't have time to go to school. Now your teaching can always be dropped on your phone. You can have a live video like this, and you have opportunity to ask a teacher question 24 hours. So when you're studying, you have someone to be able to explain things to you, how those things go. So any question, 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 any question from the house, any question? If there's no question, I think I will call it a day. And if you're my student and you have questions, you can come on our school page and drop it. And for people that are joining, you can also watch the video again to see the question we treated before. And if you have any question, you can ask on that. So I think I will call it a day by saying let's have a nice weekend ahead. If you have any question and you feel like joining us, our number is posted on the screen, which is 620-586-038. Thank you very much for believing in us, and thank you very much for telling people more about us. And I appreciate those that share our video, those that do advert for us online, those that posted our advert, our publicity on social media. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. God bless you as I come your way again next week. But before next week, I'm online with my students always, and we are making it real. We make it possible. Don't allow someone to do it for you. You can do it because it is possible. We make it possible. Thank you very much. God bless you.